Hello and welcome to today's reading. We're taking a look at the energies that you need to release. So if you found this video, I feel like there are some messages in it for you. If the whole reading doesn't resonate with you, that is okay. Take what does and leave what doesn't behind for the next person. So starting off with our two oracle cards, we have the Servant and the Knight. The Servant is someone who is typically very happy, offering a life of service and servitude. They give from a unconditional loving standpoint. They give freely from their heart. However, the dark attribute, it says, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So for some of you, I feel like this is about you giving too much, too freely, to many people, giving away too much of your love, too much of your heart and your energy. And that's not to say that it's not a noble thing to do. I feel like this is just a part of your personality. But I also feel like you've been giving more than you've been taking, significantly so much so that it's draining you to the fact that, I mean, it feels like you haven't hit rock bottom, but your energy is draining more and more and more because you're giving so much of it away to other people and not turning any of it inward to take care of yourself. With the Knight is someone who is loyal, romantic, someone who is willing to fight for love, who's honorable, someone who's chivalrous, someone who cares about, your feelings and is not interested in doing you wrong or steering you in the wrong direction. The darker side of this says that there is an allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle or romantic delusions. So with these two together, there may be people who are giving way too much to their romantic partner or the person that they're interested in. They're giving away too much of their energy to this person, either because they're expecting something in return or because they are, genuinely just someone with a big heart and a lot of love to give. However, I don't see your person giving the way that they're receiving. Not even close. And I do feel like that probably hurts you to an extent. So I still stand by the fact that it may be time to release some of these, I don't want to say bad habits, because it's a good thing to love other people and care for other people, but it feels like there's not a whole lot of boundaries being set, and it's limitless. However, our energy and our bodies and our mind and spirits are not necessarily limitless, right? Especially in the physical. We can give away energy, but it's at a limited capacity. So I am hearing Spirit say that it is time to call back your energy. Not necessarily all of your energy from this person. If you love this person and you want to continue a connection with them or want to continue pursuing them, I think that is completely up to you. But maybe turn some of your energy inward and focus on, self-love and healing and compassion towards the self, and a little bit less on your person, because I feel like this is someone who might have a tendency to love so deeply and so passionately and freely without boundaries that A, they may lose themselves in relationships, and B, they may let their life pass them by. I'm seeing someone who is either at work or spending a lot of their free time sitting by a phone waiting for it to ring, or staring at their computer waiting for a message to come through, and it takes hours for it to happen, and they're literally letting their life pass them by. And they were created with a purpose, but this person is, neglecting the fact that they were created with a purpose and they have so much potential to love other people and give freely to the world as well, you know, not just this person. Because I do feel like for those of you that applies to, you were created for more than loving this one person. That's not to say that, you know, they're not a part of your divine plan or path, but there's more to life than love. There's more to life than romance. And I know we can often be blinded by love and blinded by romance because it can be a comfort to us to feel loved and cared for and to serve our partner and to love our partner. It can often feel like a safe space or a sanctuary. But life is all about growth as well, right? It's about love and growth and learning in this experience that we call life. With the oyster, I feel like this has to do with your potential. I do feel like you're kind of holding yourself back because you're focusing so much on your partner and so little on, you know, what you're meant to do in this world. And it's like you have this light within you that is just waiting to break out and transform other people in the world and to change other people's lives. But you're keeping it locked away and kind of in this safe space. And I don't really find that safe space is necessarily directly within you, but within this relationship, within this connection that you're sharing with this other person. And with the frog, I'm hearing that someone's just raining on your parade. And it may be me right now. And I'm sorry if, you know, you're not enjoying these messages. These are always hard to give when it has to do with, you know, habits and traits and characteristics, things that we need to let go of and to move forward from. But this frog, I always think of someone just raining on your parade. I think of, you know, you standing there in the rain, waiting for this person to call, to text, to make a move towards you. But this person's busy living their life. They love you and they're, you know, for most of you, it may not be the case for everyone, but I do feel for most of you, you know, you're probably in a relationship with this person and they do care for you, but they're not focusing all of their time and attention on you and this relationship because they understand that they have a life to live as well. You know, they have a job or they have hobbies or friends or family, and you are something complementary to their life. You're not necessarily their whole life. So, you know, they have kindly made time for you in their life. But I feel like you're just sitting here waiting for them to make more and more and more and more time. And they're just not really doing that right now. But I do see that it's time to kind of let go of those, as this card reads, romantic delusions that may be kind of instilled from, you know, romantic movies and dramas, a lot of Disney movies when we're growing up. So I do feel like there's just this part of you that is focused so heavily on this person because you're also afraid to discover more about yourself and your purpose in this life. Interesting. I've never pulled this card out of this deck. This says it's the dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient, wise sage. You can shape-shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So some of you may be meant to help people in a more metaphysical or supernatural way, a more spiritual way, rather than just physical labor. I do feel like a lot of you are very intuitive. So for those of you who have this passion inside of you or this hobby to help people in a different way that's not a standard 9-to-5, or a way that you've always been afraid to try, a way that maybe people have told you, oh, that's never going to work, that's a joke, don't ever do it. Now is the time to pursue that. You know, the time is now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Ooh, don't wait for next week. Don't wait for next month, next year. We have family room, courtship, toil, and labor. For some of you, I feel like you are neglecting your family and friends for this person. So it may be time to kind of reconnect with your family. I'm just noticing how this room is completely empty. Like, you know, there's tea ready on the table, there's a fireplace going, the lights are on, there's portraits. It looks cozy and homey, but there's absolutely no one home, like no one home or no one present in the picture. So I see that maybe you're neglecting your family or even just your home life in general. You know, maybe you live alone and live far away from family and you don't physically spend time with them. But maybe you're neglecting your home and keeping your house tidy and taking care of things, you know, just taking out the trash or washing the dishes or, you know, dusting, whatever it is that you need to take care of around your home. That might be being neglected at this time. For this person and for this connection, for, you know, sitting there waiting for their call, like just spending hours, you know, staring at your phone or waiting for a message to come through rather than taking care of responsibilities and things that, you know, really need to be done in your day-to-day life in order to maintain the life that you have or make it better, right? I also see that it's interesting to me that both of these people, the toil and labor and the servant, have aprons on. I do feel like you probably don't enjoy your job that much. But I also feel like maybe it's a part-time job for some of you, or you work from home. Something that's not, it just doesn't feel very fulfilling to you. And that may be why this dragon card, the supernatural card, was coming out talking about, you know, moving into a field or a career path or a job that is more passionate and you feel more driven to pursue. Because this toil and labor, just it's like one of those jobs that's very low paying, something to get you by where you're living paycheck to paycheck, and it's something that you absolutely hate. The working conditions are not that great. And you just take that job because you feel like that's how you're going to make ends meet. And I'm just seeing the Fool card. Like, I know we haven't pulled tarot yet, but that's what I'm seeing is the Fool card. Like, it's time to take that leap of faith and to let go of those anxious energies and let go of that worry that, you know, you're not divinely guided or protected, because Spirit does have your back. And I know it's probably cliche and cheesy, but I really do love the line that, how does it go? If you love what you do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. Something like that. I may be misquoting it, but yeah, we have the Page of Cups. You're not really loving it. But it's like it puts food on the table. So, you know, there is a lack of financial stability, though, coming from this reading. I do feel like the more you let go of that lack mindset and embrace a mindset of gratitude, the happier you're going to be, the more free you're going to feel. Now, this is the before tarot, so this isn't, hey, you've approached that happiness, joy, and freedom, but it's, hey, you're on the cusp of it. You know, you're moving towards it. And I feel like the more you start to embrace a field or job or career that is, you know, something you feel motivated to actually pursue, not something you just have to show up at, you know, this dead-end 9-to-5 or, you know, a temp job that you're working to make ends meet. The more you pursue something that you actually love, the more you're going to move in this positive direction towards this Sun card. The more you're going to feel free. You're going to feel youthful, alive again, like a child. You get to play and enjoy the things that you love and become financially stable and have more appreciation for the things in your life. And it's like you're letting go of all of the anxiety and the sleepless nights and the fear, the what ifs. It's like you're kind of stuck in a comfort zone right now, and part of that comfort zone is your current job, and part of it might be your current partner or a romantic interest that you're pursuing. And I think it's just time for you to really step out of your comfort zone. I feel like that's really where you're going to get the biggest impact. I'm trying to pull some different, I want to get some advice cards for you, but I'm not sure what deck I want to choose. And normally I pick these out before we do a reading, but I felt called to a different deck, so We have unbound, release soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. If anything is holding you back energetically, whether it is this person or your old job or other people that have been in your life, old habits, it's time to clear that out now. And this is a perfect card because we're coming up on a full moon tomorrow. I like to mark these readings as timeless, just because they're a general blind reading and I want them to apply for anybody that reads it. I want everyone to be able to take some message from it. However, look, the moon is even full in the background. This is perfect for, decluttering your life, not just physically, but spiritually, energetically. Sometimes we tend to hang on to people or jobs even for too long, far too long. And maybe it was something that we were meant to come across or someone that we were meant to come across for a time, but they're no longer serving us in the way that they were meant to serve us. They're kind of more like a safety net at this point rather than, something more loving or just even something providing us with more benefit and profitability and abundance in our lives and blessings. And sometimes when we refuse to release old things in our lives, it can block us from new blessings and better blessings. If you're stuck in this endless cycle with someone or some job, how are you ever going to level up and move to another chapter and get a better job and be more financially stable or have a higher income, right? So we have the warrior woman here. Have you answered your deepest calling? Oh my goodness, that is what I'm telling you guys. And on the bottom, I try not to laugh, but spirit cracks me up sometimes because of the because of the synchronicities that happen in these readings. We have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Everything unaligned must go. Guys, it's time to let go of those things that are not serving you in the way that they're meant to serve you. I also want to pull an angel message for you. We have 77. I am brave. Look at that. It is time to move on from old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. I think that's a perfect close for this reading. I feel like it's time. I was hesitant to say that in the beginning of this reading because I don't like telling people what to do. I just want to tell you these are what the cards are saying because it is, but that is, you can't get more clear than that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this reading. If it resonated with you, I would love to hear your story in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I do offer those through my Etsy shop, and I've listed that link in the description box below. I'll see you guys in the next reading.